What's up everybody, welcome to the channel. It's Haziq and this is Get Ziki, where we talk about unleashing your fullest potential through physical fitness and mental wellness. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you some of the things that are often overlooked but really important for you to know before you start calisthenics. Also, if you stay all the way to the end of the video, I'll be giving you a bonus exercise that's really simple and yet super effective that you can immediately incorporate into your training, and it's going to help you progress really fast in calisthenics. The first thing you should know about calisthenics before you start is to know that most calisthenics movements require you to hang. The most common complaint that I get from clients who are total beginners to calisthenics is the pain they get in their palms when they hang from doing a pull-up or when they hang from doing knee-ups. And we can't run away from this because that's just how it is when you put your hands around the bar, or even when you put your arms on the rings. It's gonna press on the skin of your palms and create calluses. So at the beginning, you may find that this is the first thing that gives way. Maybe you are working on pull-ups, your lats, your biceps haven't really gotten a good workout yet, but you can't bear the pain in your palms anymore. So if you're a beginner, you may want to consider getting yourselves gloves or gymnastic gloves that's gonna help you prevent the calluses. However, in the long term, I would suggest just doing the exercises without gloves because you're gonna get this calisthenics pause, the VIP access to calisthenics hood. And actually, when you have this, when you move on to more advanced movements in the future, it's not gonna hurt anymore because you're already used to having them on your palms. But if you're someone who wants smooth palms and smooth hands, then definitely gloves would be good for you. If you're a total beginner to fitness and you're thinking of starting calisthenics, just do it. Don't be afraid of what you see online, don't be afraid of what you see on YouTube and Instagram, because the truth is, all these athletes have been doing this for a long time. Now, we all start from somewhere and we all can always progress from however weak you think you are. So find yourself a trainer that you trust and learn the basics and learn the progressions that suits you best so that you can eventually progress to the more advanced movements. Most people start calisthenics because they want to achieve a new move, that cool move that they saw on Instagram or YouTube. Now, people, if you are a beginner to calisthenics, make sure you master your basics first. Do your push-ups, do your pull-ups. Make sure that you have the foundations of calisthenics strongly inbuilt in you. Because once your foundations are strong, it will be so much easier for you to progress into all the other advanced calisthenics movements that you see that you want to achieve. And if you are learning a skill, a new skill, the truth is it is going to be boring. Yes, there are so many variations of an exercise that we can do that works our body in a different way, that helps our muscles grow and activate in a different way. But at the end of the day, to learn a skill, you need to be very specific with your exercises. And it will all boil down to only one or two exercises or drills that you have to repeat again and again, week by week. Like Mr. Miyagi say, you just have to go wax on and wax off. Just keep doing it and eventually you will achieve the skill. And with that skill, then you can have fun when you're mixing all these skills together and doing different variations with it. In calisthenics, pushing exercises like the push-ups, dips and handstands will put a lot of weight and load on your wrist, and your wrists are always constantly in a flexed position. If you are someone who lacks mobility in the wrist or has tight forearms, you may find it really difficult to maintain a position where the shoulders are directly above your wrist because you are in a flexed position for such a long period of time. And if you were to push yourself through that long period of time in this position, you will start to feel an achy feeling around the wrist, and you may start to feel strain and risk injury in the future. So here are a few stretches that you should do before doing any pushing exercises. So first, just start by placing your palms flat down on the floor, spread your fingers and try to point your index finger forward. Some people tend to point it inward or slightly outward, it depends on you, but the rule of thumb is just point your index finger forward and just rock back and forth really slow, keeping your elbows straight and pointing your biceps forward. Now once you've done a couple of these, you'd want to then turn your palms out and point your fingers outward and just sway side to side. So this is just helping you to slowly get into that position where the shoulders passes the wrist. Now once you've done a couple of that, you can also just turn your fingers to face yourself and point your biceps forward. Now this is going to stretch out this part of your forearms that's usually tight, and if it's really tight, it's going to affect the mobility of your wrist as well. Now once you've done all those exercises, we then flip the palm around and counter stretch the wrist by placing the back of the palms down and just point your fingers towards each other, put some load on it and sway side to side. Now we want to also hit at different angles, so point your fingers towards the knees, and for this one you got to point your biceps forward. Now if you feel that this exercise is too much for you, you can just bring your hands closer in towards your legs so that you can just apply less weight and less pressure on the wrist and just go slowly with this. And once you have finished your pushing exercise, just make sure to repeat all these stretches at the end of your workout so that you will not feel much strain for your next workout. Thank you for watching all the way up till now. For the bonus exercise that I've promised you, this is the hollow body position. Some people call it the dish hold. Some people, if you are familiar with yoga, you might know the low boat. Now, this movement is gonna train on your core strength and your full body tension. And this movement is translatable to all your other advanced movements like your handstands, your planche, and your front lever. So let's get to it. So we start in a lying down position and we start with our legs straight up towards the ceiling. Now doing this will ensure that you can press your lumbar, or rather your lower back, into the ground. Now reach your arms up towards your toes like you're doing a crunch and draw your belly into the floor. Now being in this position is already considered a hollow body position. Now you can take many different variations depending on your level. The lower you go with your legs, the more intense it's gonna be. Now as you lower your legs, it will be more difficult for you to keep that lower back on the floor. So you gotta really tilt your pelvis and squeeze your glutes, squeeze your thighs. We don't want this to happen where there is a hole underneath your lower back. And if you find that this is happening to you, just lift your legs back up and reset the movement again. Okay, now if this is still too difficult for you, you can bend your knees and just reach your arms forward towards your heels. Now this is the most beginner level of the whole body hold, and you can progress on to straightening out your legs, lowering your legs, and also lifting your arms above your head and reaching long in both directions. Oh man, that was a good one. Now when you're doing the whole body position, just make sure you're tensing up your entire body from your toes all the way to your fingertips. And once you master this movement, you're gonna find that most of the exercise, or in fact all the exercises in calisthenics, the push-ups, the pull-ups, are gonna be so much more easy for you to do, and you're gonna progress really fast in calisthenics. If you're still watching this right now, I really appreciate you so much. Click the like button, show me some support, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn notifications on, because I release a video every single Monday and you won't want to miss it. So people, until we meet again, get out there, unleash your fullest potential and get zicky.